Connecting Trail 5 and Trail 6 at Clifty Falls State Park used to require hiking alongside the road. No more. The latest improvement at Clifty Falls State Park here in Madison, Indiana is a connector trail between Trails 5 and 6. Getting from one to the other used to require walking alongside the road as shown by the blue line on this map. There was a well-worn path. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't ideal, especially with groups, pets, or children. Note that it will still be necessary to walk this section during periods of high water. But there is now a connector trail between Trails 5 and 6 that can be used when the water is at normal levels. The trail is short, at barely a half-mile long. It's scenic, with lots of rocks and trees and some artifacts from earlier days, such as these bridge pilings. The crossing of Dean's Branch Creek is a neat feature. The trail is rugged, not a T6 on the Swiss Alpine Club scale, but pretty rugged for this area. It's also slick in spots, and you see me slip here. The trail should firm up and dry a bit as it gets more use. The creek crossing varies considerably in depth. During normal summer and autumn months, it's shallow enough to easily walk across. Area streams are hypoxic and tend to have very slick bottoms covered in algae. Dean's Branch is cleaner than some, but still has a slippery bed. There are stepping stones provided for when the water is a little higher. These are stepping stones, not a sidewalk. They will shift under you. Be prepared. And though they are big, these stones will likely be displaced during high water, so be prepared to walk on the creek bed. When the water is mid-shin or deeper, it's best not to risk a crossing. The popular admonition to turn around, don't drown, is only one concern. The other is sliding along the slick creek bed for 1/10 of a mile and plunging to your death over tunnel falls. Yours would not be the first body recovered from the base of a waterfall in Clifty. Don't underestimate the force of flowing water. Even this heavy ladder has a cable securing it from being swept away. That ladder is on the south side of the creek. Depending on your direction of travel, you'll have to climb up or down. It's well designed and solidly placed. Climbing it is not hard. I face the ladder whether going up or down, the same as I do on any other ladder. This connector makes it possible to do an end-to-end loop in the park without setting foot on pavement. You can start at the North Shelter parking lot and follow Trail 8 to the end, cross the creek, and then have several options for heading back north. All those options once required the road connector between 5 and 6. This connector makes it possible to stay on a natural surface trail for the whole hike. Again, this assumes water levels are low enough to permit crossing the several creeks you'll encounter. Clifty has a lot of very good hiking, and several trails have seen significant improvements in recent years. Even so, I'd say this connector is the single biggest enhancement to the hiking experience at Clifty Falls State Park since I first started coming here in the late 1970s. Big thanks to all who contributed to this effort. I'm Rich Reese, and I'll see you out there.